What's up, people? So today we're checking out Sonic State's video at Super Booth, where they talked to Andy Mack about the new AKAI MPC update, which is version 2.11. So I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comments section if you like it or not, and some things that you would want inside of the update, and I'll weigh in with my takes as well. So if you are into AKAI stuff, I recommend that you subscribe to the channel. Give me a like because that helps in the analytics.
Was kind of go back and start off with this brand new sounds browser because people wanted instruments, they wanted.
So I like the way the new sound browser looks, just for the sheer fact that presentation wise it looks good, not necessarily function wise probably, but it makes sense for the future of this OS.
See all of our instruments on screen. So what I can do here, press locate, I can see my plugin in categories, so I can go, oh, okay, want a lead. Now I can go into that lead synth. We can jump back and change the category. I can also go straight to favorites and go, actually.
I missed that. That's cool because a lot of people did give feedback about favoriting their favorite presets and stuff like that, and that's important. To be fair, I think that's what Native Instruments did very well with their machine platform. Hey, y'all took our shit, we take it back.
We can also go to key range. So if we've, say, opened up a whole number of tracks, so I could go new track, drums, new track, plugins, and now what I can do, I can set the key span. So if you've got like a controller key.
Well, that is actually cool. And I know I've heard some content creators talking about that it has to do with, you know, people not knowing how to route the key groups. No, sir. This is totally different from that. What he did was he put a drum program on one part of a key group in itself. So you're splitting the keys. Like if you have a Roland Phantom and you have bass on the first two octaves, and then you'll have something like E-piano on the last two octaves, like this is the way of doing that and customizing it any way that you want. Imagine if AKAI came out with a keyboard anytime soon. What would that be like? Yeah.
Here, I'm going to go to the expansions. So now if I go to program type, I can actually change the program type that I'm in. So I could go to drums, and now I can see factory or user expansions. So now I can go into all my expansion packs. I can go to, say, ARAB, and then everything is there. Categories, we can jump in to any type of sounds that we want.
So this is a complete overhaul. This update seems to be a little smaller than what most people would imagine, but it's actually huge. In my opinion, it's a huge update because it's overall reworking the UI without taking any familiarity out of the basic workflow that everybody likes. And that is cool. That's cool with me.
Let's move on. So another thing that we've added is some brand new effects. And as you know, we love putting effects in. You know, 2.10, we did half speed. We did all of the vocal effects.
Half speed was fire. It's fire.
So we've added to all of that. So some of this stuff you're absolutely going to love. So let me
give it to me, Andy.
This in. So I'll just put that loop in for a second. First one, air flavor. So this adds a whole lo-fi. You can add vinyl noise, flutter, distortion. We've got a whole load of presets here as well that you can build from. Cassette tape.
This is humongous. So the basic premise, when I talked to Andy, was the inspiration came from like RC20. Like half speed was like inspired by halftime by Cable Guys, or just the half speed preset in FL Studio. So the sheer reason why this is being added is because there was no vinyl like lo-fi inside the MPC Live X01's firmware. So what this is going to do is add that so that you have different choices of lo-fi, so you don't miss any plugins in your DAW. So we're trying to take you to the standalone mode itself so you can understand how great it can be.
So that's the first one. Then second one, we'll add on to this as we go in. we've got amp sim. So we can now...
That's going to be good for a couple of things as far as distortion goes, especially if you like to plug the guitar. Remember, the last update allowed you to plug up any audio interface or whatnot through via the USB that's on the back of the MPC Live X01, and you can further expand like your overall experience with that machine. Add a guitar, plug in, play distorted guitar. Don't have to worry about bringing pedals if you don't want to.
Isn't it? Okay. So now, if we open up the box here, right? If we open up this box, there, okay, and then I'm going to go to my note. And what we'll do, we're going to change this to ratchet. Use my pencil. So I can...
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Ratcheting is really dope, just in case you want to do something like a lower part of your hi-hats or whatever instrument that you want to use for that. Any kind of percussion, definitely ratcheting is going to make it excel. And once you highlight whatever on the track or whatnot, and you can do that per, you know, whatever part of the MIDI event grid. And I think it's dope because many different people have different workflows. Not everybody's going to do the note repeat thing or want to do the note repeat. They might just want to draw on the screen. So that opens up the opportunity for people to have a different workflow.
Progression on.
Right, it's very complex, right?
Very complex.
I know people go, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going.
Lots of harmonic content there,
yeah. So let's find where the notes are. Here's notes, okay, so there they are. I'm just going to select all those. Now we can go to probability. So now we can...
Nice, nice. Watch this.
So we can now go from 100% down to 0.
And presumably you can...
So what's happening here is probability. If you are familiar with Electron model cycles or any of the Electron products, they have what you call probability effects, where it calculates when to do different things to whatever you assign it to. So in this instance here, it's muting, and I hope that you can change the probability. That would be cool. You know what I'm saying? And that will further expand that usability of that. But as far as the probability goes, it is calculating when it wants to mute that note or progression, depending on what you play, at what part, and that makes it pretty easy to come up with different ideas. So it's AKAI's way of expanding the artificial intelligence inside of the MPC Live X01, and that I like a lot.
So we can now go from 100% down to 0.
And presumably you can write those in per note as well, can you? So
Yes,
you get,
exactly. So look, I can just draw those in. Look. And then, but what's really great about this as well, and like I said, I was playing with this the other day. So let's just say, for instance, let's bring in drum synth, right? So again, we'll go here, and I've got probability on here as well. So.
Okay.
And I'll do the same on the claps. So.
Hey, I can deal with that.
Actually, sorry, we're going to go to our menu. We press this, and now what we can do, you can customize the menu. So
that's pretty cool. I like it the way it is because, you know, I'm used to, especially when you work on the MPC Live 2 or the MPC Live, you would press and hold menu and then you would hit a pad. So you would have to get used to wherever you move around. So that, you know, a good feature. I think people probably would like that. That would be cool. I would like them to do that with rearranging tracks. That would be cool. That's my only added critique. I hear something that I am very enthused about, and I had to actually look back at the video just to find the part.
I've got a bass stab on this kit.
So he's on a drum program, guys. Pay attention if you're an MPC head.
Normally what you'll do is hit 16 levels and you'll go into pitch. Right. But the thing is, you've only got 16 pads, okay? So obviously on here we've got kind of chords mode, we can do scales and everything. So now, instead of going to 16 levels, we can just go to menu, and I'll go to program, and I've got that sound, and I just press this. So now, now it's straight.
Whoa, like that a lot. I'm going to tell you why. So just to give you a quick explanation of it, the reason why that's so phenomenal, the only choice that you had, if you had a drum program, you could not use your progressions. Now it's possible for you to use the progression on a drum program, and that expands the usability of the drum programs in general, and then changes the way that you would produce and frees up some resources so you don't have to pull in a key group and so forth. And that ultimately makes the file size go down on those projects, because projects can go from anywhere from 500 to 1 gig of hard drive space. So that is a game changer, my friend. Let me know how you feel in the comments. I definitely want to hear from you guys. So make sure that you give me some feedback so I can see what I can do, because I have talked to AKAI. I'm pretty involved with that community. So, feel free to make any comments or anything like that.